Good morning. I'm Jim Peck, Assistant Vice President with Advancement here at the Medical College of Wisconsin Froedtert Hospital. We have a very exciting announcement and event today that we look forward to giving you. We are firmly standing right on the edge of the future and about to step into history. And I think this will be something that is going to be very exciting. The meaning of this goes far deeper than our event today and really is going to be something that has the ability to stretch not only all over Wisconsin, our region, but across the country and around the world. With an eye toward that and helping to take our first step is MCW Board Chair Jay Williams. Jay, I'm going to invite you to come up and say a few words. Thank you much.
Thank you, Jim. I want to thank all of you for joining us today, either in person or virtually. I also want to acknowledge our guests from the Kern Family Foundation, MCW trustees, and our healthcare partners from Froedtert Hospital. You will hear a lot about gratitude today from our featured speakers, so let me add my own words of thanks. Our work on this campus is elevated by the partnership of philanthropic here in Wisconsin and across the country. Our work, this critical, life-saving work, would not be the same without the generosity and leadership of so many individuals, foundations, and corporations. I want to thank the Kern family and the Kern Family Foundation for their investments in securing the health of our communities. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the President and CEO of the Medical College of Wisconsin, Dr. John Raymond.
Thank you so much, Jay, and thanks to all of you for being here with us today, either virtually or in person. I'd like to add my welcome to our guests and our remarkable partners from the Kern Family Foundation and everyone who is joining us today. We're so grateful for your invaluable commitment and dedication to the Medical College of Wisconsin, which enables our institution to continue to move forward as a national leader across our four missions of education, patient care, research, and community engagement. I also want to extend my thanks and our institution's gratitude to the Kern family and to the Kern Family Foundation for a truly remarkable partnership and for their investment in MCW and in changing the way that we deliver medical education and clinical care in this country. Now, it gives me great pleasure to announce that this morning, the Kern Family Foundation is making a historic $50 million investment in MCW through the Kern Institute and the Kern National Network. Thank you so much. This investment is going to enable these entities to pursue the transformation of medical education and to move toward a profession of medicine that's focused on caring, character, and human flourishing. The Robert D. and Patricia E. Kern Institute for the Transformation of Medical Education is and has been dedicated to transforming faculty, students, and curriculum, as well as fostering culture and systems change in medical education and healthcare. Simultaneously, the Kern National Network for Caring and Character in Medicine is catalyzing national leaders throughout the healthcare landscape to transform the profession of medicine through a framework that integrates character, caring, practical wisdom, and flourishing. Along with the Medical College of Wisconsin School of Medicine, the Kern National Network founding member schools include the Dell Medical School at the University of Texas at Austin, the Giesel School of Medicine at Dartmouth, the Mayo Clinic Alex School of Medicine, the University of California San Francisco School of Medicine, the University of Wisconsin School of Medicine and Public Health, and the Vanderbilt University School of Medicine. I'm especially pleased to acknowledge the exemplary leadership and partnership of the Kern Family Foundation, whose unwavering support is continuing to help us transform medical education and indeed the profession of medicine. And on that note, and with extreme gratitude, I'd like to introduce James C. Rahn, the president of the Kern Family Foundation, to share a few remarks. Jim?
Thank you, Dr. Raymond. The Kern Family Foundation board, the family itself, and our staff are incredibly proud of our longstanding relationship with the Medical College of Wisconsin. It's a great joy to gather this morning to renew this partnership via an investment that will catalyze the next stage partnership, growth, and development of the Kern Institute and the Kern National Network. The Kern Family Foundation's mission is to empower the rising generation of Americans to build flourishing lives anchored in strong character, driven by an entrepreneurial mindset, and guided by the desire to create value for others. The Foundation's investments target initiatives that have long-term systemic impact. We're working to build movements that will shape the culture of the sectors in which we invest. Lasting culture change in any sector requires a combination of the right ideas, strong leaders, and impactful institutions. In other words, culture change requires overlapping, dense networks of leaders and institutions aligned around shared ideas and a common vision. Thus, the Foundation's philanthropic strategy is focused on building and catalyzing enduring networks. The building of such networks requires initial philanthropic capital, ongoing support, and a plan for sustainability. But beyond the financial resources, network building requires two critical components. First is a spirit and commitment to co-creation among all network participating leaders and institutions. Second is a willingness to be part of the work for the long period of time, because the measurement of culture does not map well against the short-range outcomes of a 5-year strategic plan. Today, the Kern Family Foundation and MCW renew a partnership that began nearly a decade ago, specifically on Friday, December 21st, 2012, during a lunch meeting in Dr. Raymond's office. What started as a conversation about the history of medical education, a diagnosis of the sector's challenges, and an exploration of the opportunities for transformational change, led to a convening of the leaders of 7 prominent medical schools and then a 4-year pilot project. By early 2017, it was evident that MCW brought to this work something we found nowhere else: a total institution-wide commitment to the transformation of medical education viewed through the lenses of character, competence, and caring. Therefore, in February of 2017, the Kern Family and Kern Family Foundation partnered to invest $37.9 million to launch the Kern Institute and the Kern National Network. Since inception, the Kern Institute has matured, and its transformational impact is evident across the MCW landscape. Increasingly, the work of the Institute is engaging faculty from other institutions, and its learnings and best practices are being widely disseminated. The KI, as we call it, is increasingly well known, has a strong brand, and a growing reach and impact. In addition to the measurable, tangible outputs, I've been moved by the testimonials of faculty and students and staff who have aligned their professional and personal goals in commitment to the work of the Institute. At the same time, the Kern National Network has developed and coalesced around a powerful integrative framework and a bold vision to transform the entire life cycle within the profession of medicine. This work requires not only the building of a network, but the fostering of a network of networks, engaging leaders and institutions across the healthcare sector. Pivotal to this work have been the founding members of the KNN, who were noted by Dr. Raymond in his comments. To those KNN members who are participating virtually, thank you for your partnership with the Kern Family Foundation over these past 5 and in some cases 9 years. We truly would not be here without your leadership and engagement. Our country is at a key inflection point when it comes to the training of professionals, including the training of medical doctors and healthcare providers. To some degree, as go the professions, so goes our country. The professions form the backbone of our cultural, economic, legal, and social institutions. Being a professional entails responsibility to develop and maintain a requisite body of knowledge while also upholding norms of good behavior and competence in service to others in one's practice. Character formation is an inevitable and crucial part of what it means to choose a profession and to become a professional. But professionals and professional schools oftentimes have a difficult ability to recognize the role of character in their development and in their work. Professional fields have focused largely on the development and maintenance of technical knowledge among their practitioners while adhering to a set of behavioral-based ethics without attending to the development of virtuous character. As a result, neither any of the professions nor most of the leading professional schools are focused on the pathways and models for intentionally selecting, educating, and forming professionals who possess the mindset, habits, and commitments that cultivate virtuous character. The Kern Institute and the Kern National Network are addressing these challenges head-on in medical education and in the practice of medicine. And they are providing catalytic leadership to a broader movement to rebuild the moral backbone of the professions and to reimagine professional education. This is vitally important work that will impact the future not only of medical education, but of our country. In closing, my sincere thanks and gratitude to the entire MCW community, co-philanthropic contributors, and the KNN partners for your renewed commitment and partnership. At this time, please welcome Dr. Joseph Kirschner, MCW's Provost, and the Julia A. Eline, Dean of the School of Medicine. Joe.
Thank you, Jim, and that is a tough act to follow. Those are really inspiring words, and we're grateful for those. On behalf of the Medical College of Wisconsin, I want to express our deepest appreciation and sincere gratitude to the Kern Family Foundation for its leadership and its generational investments in medical education and the medical profession. The first phase of the work, supported by the generosity of the Kern Family Foundation, began, as Jim said, in early 2017 with funds, but also the work actually began even before that with the launch of the Kern Institute and the Kern National Network. Since that time, we have evolved our partnerships, created a character that reflects shared commitments, and made advances by applying concepts such as principled innovation, entrepreneurial mindset, and value creation. And character strengths including curiosity, connection, and responsibility. The modern practice of medicine has extended beyond the examination room to the integration of basic science, innovation, biotechnology research at the bedside at a faster pace than ever before. Yet today's medical training needs to be as much about the development of character strengths and caring practices as the mastery of knowledge and technical skills. Within MCW, the Kern Institute is working to transform medical education to develop physicians who deliver high-quality medical services in a caring and compassionate manner. As a health science university, MCW is a distinguished leader and innovator in the education and development of the next generation of physicians, scientists, pharmacists, and health professionals. We discover and translate new knowledge in the biomedical and health sciences, providing cutting-edge, collaborative patient care of the highest quality, and we strive to improve the health of the communities that we serve. We are confident that all of our graduates are well prepared to meet the challenges of the rapidly evolving healthcare landscape today and for many years to come. This is due in a large part to the influence and guidance of the Kern Institute and the Kern National Network, as we continue to find more ways to innovate and move forward. It is now my pleasure to introduce Eric Conley, Executive Vice President for Froedtert Health and President of Froedtert Hospital.
Thank you, Joe. Echoing today's theme of partnership, I am pleased to share just a few words on behalf of Froedtert and the Medical College Health Network, a partnership between Froedtert Health and the Medical College of Wisconsin, supporting a shared mission of patient care, innovation, medical research, and education. It is a privilege to be here to celebrate and express our gratitude for the work this gift is enabling. Through the generosity of the Kern Family Foundation and the efforts of the Kern Institute and Kern National Network, the Medical College of Wisconsin is leading the way in cultivating clinical learning and practice environments in which physicians and their patients can thrive. This transformational gift is shaping the next generation of doctors who will practice in our hospitals, care for our loved ones, and become the future leaders in this field. And that is truly a gift to all of us. And now I'd like to introduce Doctors Adina Lubbock-Calais and Cheryl Morana to share some words. Dr. Calais is the director of the Robert D. and Patricia E. Kern Institute for the Transformation of Medical Education and the Stephen and Sheila Roll Endowed Chair. And Dr. Morana is the MCW Senior Vice President for Strategic Academic Partnerships, Professor of Population Health, and founding director of the Kern National Network for Caring and Character in Medicine.
Thank you for making my name French. I want to, I'm just very moved by what everybody already said. I'm not sure what I can add, but I want to personally thank President John Raymond for his inspiring vision and Dr. Cheryl Morana for her renowned and remarkable creative energy, for entrusting me to direct the Robert D. and Patricia E. Kern Institute for the Transformation of Medical Education. Dean Kirshner, I want to thank you for your unwavering support and guidance, and my colleagues in the Kern National Network for their rousing collaboration. I have very deep gratitude for my initial meeting, in particular with Mr. Robert Kern, who looked at me, pointed right at me, and said, "Character." Mr. Kern was a man of few words, but he inspired me to think very deeply about how that is not a problem for people who educate medical students and educate physicians. Character is essential to the work we do. I want to thank his daughter, Mrs. Marsha Peterson, and the outstanding team of professionals at the Kern Family Foundation who have chosen to put wind in our sails and have coached us to tack as the winds have changed and storms have threatened. This is a magnificent gift. It is unprecedented. The Kern Institute is 40 individuals, faculty, staff, and students who have invested their heart and soul in the work of transforming medical education. The impact of their hard work is evident across the Medical College of Wisconsin and well beyond our walls at this point. Every day, our students, residents, faculty, staff, and patients are experiencing the educational culture infused with character and caring that Drs. Raymond and Kirshner imagined. My understanding is that this vision arose early in conversations with Jim Romm in 2012. I was not there, but this vision for a culture of collaboration and entrepreneurial thinking using a two-pronged approach that was complementary has been transformative and is being realized. We do have an institutional department, the Kern Institute, which is a unique exemplar of what is possible. And we have the Kern National Network, a strong platform from which to transform our field. Educating physicians is critical to the health of our public and the flourishing of all the members of our society. I want to speak for the members of the Kern Institute, who, by the way, are having a watch party somewhere in the building. A shout out. They're eating Kern cookies and listening carefully. For them, I want to thank the Kern Family Foundation for making this generous investment, for trusting us to ensure that our students will be prepared to serve with agility and resilience in our rapidly evolving 21st century healthcare environment, guided by a strong character and professional identity and a deep compassion for humanity. And now, Dr. Cheryl Morana.
Good morning, and thank you, Adina, for those wonderful words. On behalf of my colleagues at the Kern National Network's 7 founding members, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to the Kern Family and Foundation for this extraordinary opportunity to continue our important work. Jim, since our first meeting in 2012, you and your colleagues have been such thoughtful partners, from sharing your wisdom to connecting us with your extensive network of partners from whom we have learned so much. Your partnership has been essential to our success. This support and collaboration has allowed the KNN to advance character, caring, practical wisdom, and human flourishing in medicine by catalyzing transformative initiatives, connecting and convening stakeholders across the health ecosystem, and influencing policy and health systems change. Going forward, strong partnerships will remain the bedrock of the KNN's work as a bridging network, supporting open inquiry and diversity of thought, and building a culture that is strengthened by differences and connected by trust. In closing, I extend my deep appreciation to the KNN founding members for the outstanding work that led us to today. You are amazing leaders and dear friends, and I look forward to celebrating with you in person at the KNN National Network in Milwaukee this fall. We are honored to work with you as we build on our integrated framework, expand our membership, and create a movement across the health ecosystem toward flourishing. To build on a quote from American author Margaret Wheatley, through these relationships, we will develop the new knowledge, practices, courage, and commitment that lead to broad-based change and ultimately human flourishing. Thank you. And now Dr. Raymond will provide closing remarks.
Before we formally sign the gift agreement, I wanted to reiterate the incredible generosity of the Kerns and the Kern Family Foundation over the years at the Medical College of Wisconsin. This is not a new relationship. It actually spans back before 2012. In particular, in 2009, Drs. Robert D. and Patricia E. Kern donated $10 million to support biomedical research, education, and collaboration, and to create the Dr. Robert D. and Patricia E. Kern Professorship in Biotechnology and Bioengineering, which at the time was the single largest private gift in MCW's history. And as you can see, the Kern Family Foundation and the Kerns continue to top themselves each time. They also provided a matching gift to create the Joan C. Van Duren Professorship in Breast Cancer Research. So we are deeply indebted to the Kerns and the Kern Family Foundation for the transformational support of MCW through the decades and for the shared vision that we've been able to create together of institutional excellence across all four of our missions to impact the vitality of our country. And now I ask all those who are participating in the formal signing of the gift agreement, that would be Jim and Jay, to come forward. And we'll do the signing at the podium.
That was really amazing, folks. Thank you so much. This is the formal agreement that's about to be signed. For those of you watching remotely, you truly are joining us in a historic moment, and I make way for you all, please.
Joe and Adina, Derek and Cheryl. And Cheryl, could you move toward the center, please, with Adina?
This way?
Thank you. All right, thank you, everybody, for your support, and thanks to our partners in the KNN.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. This is going to wrap up the virtual portion of our presentation from the hub here on the campus of the Medical College of Wisconsin Frederick Hospital. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us for this moment in history. All the best. Thank you. Thank you, folks.